get the dogs in. In we get. There we go. Oh, snuggle, snuggle. Well, good morning. I'm in the camper van and we're off for a few days at Clumber Park. Quite local, but I just need to get away from all the chaos at home that's happening at the minute again. There's not been many videos this year at all, and it's all due to family problems. So I've not really been getting anywhere. The last one I told you that we'd bought a caravan, so there's more room for me and Mark when we go, and the dogs. And we'd bought, I don't know whether I mentioned this, I'd bought a buggy thing for the two old dogs because they can't walk very far. But for all of you that watch for the dogs, which have not really seen much this last year or so, we've lost Badger. Badger is my biggest collie, next to the eldest collie, and we had to have him put down because his back legs went, and he just couldn't get up, and he was in so much pain. The kindest thing was to put him to sleep. So it's been a bit of a sad time. So we're going to go to Clumber, like I said, and the van was winterised, so everything's been taken out. So if I just show you, I just chucked a few things in. So I've got a sleeping bag. I brought my new sleeping bag, the one that I bought for whale camping, which I'll tell you about my next whale camping trip later in the weekend. Bag of clothes, not much at all really. We joined the Caravan and Motorhome Club mainly because they take as many dogs as you want, so we're fine with all the dogs. A lot of the campsites these days only accept 2, but now we're down to 3. We've got a bit more choice of campsites because there is some that take 3. But before, when we had 4 and 5, we always used to have to go with the Caravan and Motorhome Club or the Caravan and Camping Club. Well, the weather's a bit, it's a miss. Sun's just come out. It's been raining most of this morning. Anyway, we can't be there till 1 o'clock, so it's not far to go. So we're going to get off now. We should be there for probably about 10 past. So, we've arrived. Dog's crying because she wants to come out. Flynny's being good, but Freya's crying. And I've picked one near the toilet block, and not that I really need the toilet block, I've got my own toilet, but near, the most important thing is near a gate to go to take the dogs into the forest. So I haven't got to go walking around the site. I can just nip across to the gate. So the gas is not working again. It works once and then plays up for months. So we flashing again. So luckily I've had this in here ever since I bought it, and it's never been used. So it's going to be used this weekend, otherwise I'll be going home because, well, I don't know, might not be going home if I haven't got it, because I've got my good sleeping bag. And plenty of warm clothes. If I can sleep in a tent In winter I can sleep in a camper van in winter with no heating. Never mind. Right, I better let these little rascals out from underneath there. They're starting to create, aren't you? You're wanting to go walk. We've got the pass. So we've got the key, and on the other side is a number to get out the gate to go into the woods. So I think these lot might want to walk. Well, we've had a slight mishap. Somehow we've managed to lose Flynn's nose harness and little lead. So I think we're going to have to do a swap, and Flynn's going to have Freya's nose harness, because there's no way I am going to be able to control him when we get near any bikes or anything without a nose harness on. Right, we're here and we need the number. So, right, through the gate we come. So it was a good thing that I had got this, otherwise we would be in a mess. And I don't want to drive all the way home just for a lead, so we're going to have to manage. Aren't we, Flynn? Because if we go actually into Clumber Park tomorrow, there is bikes, and without a nose harness to turn his head away from the things that upset him, we will be in a right mess. He does not like bikes. We can kind of cope with it, but if there's a lot of bikes, we might be turning around and coming back, won't we? Hey Flynn, you and your bike hatred. Don't look at me like that, Flynn. You have to say, what are you talking about? It's okay with kids on bikes. This don't make sense, does it? Just adults on bikes. And the smaller the child, the more he likes them, even if they're on a bike. Oh, right, Flynn, you can get over. Oh, can I? Oh, pray. Whoops, very tangled. It's a bit squishy underfoot. Flynn, keep out the mud. Lots of different paths. So I'm assuming, seeing as I saw Flynn, come on. Oops, we have to turn around because Flynn is being silly. Right, I'm assuming that this path goes back down to the main road, and if it does, that means there is a path that goes straight into Clumber, so you don't have to go down to the main entrance. Seeing as I've been to Clumber absolutely loads of times, but I've never been to this caravan park, so we'll have a walk down here, and then we'll have a walk back and have a nosy around the campsite. Dogs need feeding. Because didn't really feed Flinny before we came because he is travel sick. He's such an awkward dog, aren't you? So yeah, there's loads of paths, look, to go walking. So we could go walking without actually having to come into contact with many people, hopefully. But if we go into Clumber, then I'm afraid we're going to have to deal with the dreaded bikes, aren't we, Flynn? This path looks like it goes all the way around the caravan site, because there's another gate here, look. So we could come back through that one if we wanted to. I wonder where that one goes. I can see the main road. I can see cars. Flinny, what are we doing? Why are we pulling? Come here. So we're now back to Lime Tree Avenue, and somewhere along here is another gate. I think I can see people over there, so I'm sure the gate is that way. So that's where you get into the park, Clumber Park itself. Well, actually officially in Clumber Park, because this is part of it, but the actual bit where you have to pay to get in, well, pay parking to get in. Yeah, there's the gate. So tomorrow, that's where we will be going. And I think that first part, isn't like an open field. I think I orienteered there when we did an orienteering event here not long ago. So I will know where I'm going. So they've had a bit of a walk, and we'll be heading back now and go and get them something to eat. Yeah, bet you're hungry, aren't you, Flynn, seeing as I starved you so you won't be sick in the van. Right, so we've come through that gate I showed you, and now we're going to walk back through the site. This is the bottom end. At the minute, this block, toilet block, is closed. We are in winter, so they're probably doing some repairs, because this is open all year round. And there is some massive camper vans. There's one over there behind them trees. Don't think that's the one I saw filling up with water. Let's go through here. Spitting of rain. Come on, Freya. That's not the one that I saw filling up with water. That's got side panels that comes out. That's big. Oh, no, look at that. That's one that it hooks up to a big vehicle at the front. It's like an American one, that. I don't know where that other big one's probably might have been leaving the site, I don't know, but we're going to get wet, I think. So this is the toilet blocks that's shut. The other ones are open and look very nice. So we better head back and put the kettle on, I think. Hold on, let me swap dogs. So, and can't film when you've got dogs. Just coming up to the kiddies play area. We're in the midweek, so I don't think there'll be many kids here because we'll be at school. That over there is the reception. This is the other toilet block. You can see that. And we're just to one side of the toilet block, over in them trees, behind them trees. So without a nose harness for Flinny, life's going to be very difficult. So I think Freya's going to have to give her nose harness up. She should walk reasonably alright these days without one. Getting a bit old for pulling. So there's quite a few on. There weren't many on when I first come. There's quite a few turned up since I come. Got a bit confused with the white pegs because they've got blue numbers on, so I didn't know whether that meant that they were blue pegs or not. It's a long time since I've been on a Caravan and Motorhome Club site, and I forgot everything. So I had to ask somebody. But I had originally picked this one here and drawn onto that, and then thought, oh, I'm not in the right place, but I could have been on that one. But this one's just the same. I'm only, there's me, and I've only got to go across there to go out to take the dogs to the toilet. So even at night, that's not going to be too bad. There's that big camper van that I saw filling up with water. I thought it might have actually gone off the site, but it's not. It's absolutely massive. It's got a big dish on the top. Well, there's not really enough room for you two, is there? Hey, you like more room than this? Because people don't like to go in the cage at the back, do they? Where it's dark. I have got a light in there I can switch on tonight. Hey? Yeah, Frey? Are we alright? We've really got enough room, really. It'll be a lot better when we all go away in the caravan. More room. Out the window, across the campsite, and there may be a nice-ish sunset. If it carries on getting any better. Quite pretty. So, we better get the bed sorted out. So we've got my new sleeping bag. So that's going to give this a test out, seeing as I have no gas heating in here tonight. And have my pillows from what I normally bring, but I've not brought the quilt. And we have an electric blanket. So I think we should be alright. I have got my thick pyjamas. A bit dark in here, could do with a bit of extra light. So we've got a sleeping bag with electric blanket over the top. It's one of those that goes over the top, not underneath. Well, you can lay on it if you want to, but extra blanket there just in case. And the dog's got their blankets. Telly's all set up, ready to snuggle into my sleeping bag and watch telly tonight. Well, I think it's time for some food. I've got quite a few bits and bobs in the fridge, but I have bought some packets for when I'm wild camping. Me and Steph are going to do the Limestone Way, June time, I think we've organised. And so I've been looking for some food that's easy to cook, that I can take and that won't weigh the rucksack down too much. Not particularly keen on the dehydrated camping food. It don't taste very nice. So I bought a great big box full of different things to try, which I will put a picture up here somewhere now. And I brought one or two to try while I'm here to make sure I like the things I've bought. I tried a meatball and pasta one yesterday, and that was really nice. So these are some of the packs I've been doing. They're ready done, you just warm them up. These street food ones look quite nice, and this one's risotto. This one's just like a golden vegetable one, and this is a mac and cheese. So they're what I'm thinking about taking when I do the Limestone Way. The rice one, I can always take something else, like sausages or something to fry up to go with that. So this is what I'm planning on having for tomorrow's dinner after we've been a long walk. So we've got a steak pie and some chips. So they should do nicely in the oven. Tonight I'm going to halve these chicken breasts and put them with maybe this chow mein street food, or the golden vegetable rice. What do I do? What a choice. I'm not sure. I'll think about this. So it's chicken and street food chow mein. That is the choice. And a can of Elsker afterwards. There we go. Chicken's browning nicely. Well, that's the dinner cooked, and that is the movie for tonight that I've picked. I'm hoping to do a lot more trips out and using the caravan, using the camper van, going out with Steph and doing some wild camping, and getting back hiking again. I've mostly been running this year, like I said on my last video, which is not really easy to film. I know there's a lot of YouTubers that do running videos, But I'm not one of the fastest runners in the world. I mean, I'm coming up to 63 in a few weeks. So I suppose me filming my run-ins, but not very interesting compared to these young men that are flying around at supersonic speeds compared to me. But anyway, so hopefully things will be different. I did mention earlier on that we've lost Badger and we lost Kira last year. So we'll not be doing so many, in fact we're probably hardly doing any dog sports anymore. Might still do a bit of man trailing if I can get away. My problems is that I have to do things in the week now because Mark's changed his job and he works weekends. So it makes life more difficult for me when I've got only one really old dog that can't walk very far and can't do much. We can still do man trailing because he can come with us, but we have to be left in the car all the time, which is not very pleasant for him, poor lad. Do you need your jumper on? That's your waterproof. There's your jumper. That's your big thick coat for tomorrow if it's cold. Do you need your jumper on? So what's the matter? Do you want your jumper? Yes, you'd rather have your jumper on than your on then. Joys of having pointers. Flynn is perfectly okay down there, aren't you? Your big thick coat on. There we are. One leg. Having a pointer is like having a baby, isn't it? Hey, there. Now are you happy? Hey? Is it because you want that bed? That's your bed, isn't it? And Flynny's pinched it. Hey? You Flynny, move. Come on. You go there. You go down there. Lay down. Come on. Get on your bed. There we are. Now you're going to be happy. Do you want your blanket as well? There. Talk about spoilt. There's your blankie. There we are. There we are. There's your blankie. You're going to snuggle down, and you're right down there, Flynn. Hey? Right, yeah. Come on. She really wants to be on my knee, don't you? But you can't because we have no sofa in this van. Don't look at me with them eyes. E. I decided to get in bed and watch television. Got my hot blanket, my electric blanket. It's keeping my feet warm because sat out on the chair. My feet kept going cold even though I put a blanket over my legs. Seeing as I've got no heating, or not much heating, my feet started to get very, very cold. So we're under the electric blanket now and they're starting to warm up. Even though I'd got socks and my slippers on, my feet were still going cold. I've got Freya all wrapped up. She's got her fleece on, she's covered in a blanket and she's on a big comfy fluffy bed because she feels the cold. Flynn's not bothered, he's got a big collie coat, so he don't mind where he lays. So I'll go and carry on watching this film and I'll probably see you in the morning and just hope there's not rain like today. It's not been too bad, it's been on and off, but it's not nice to go long walks if it's raining all the time, is it?